From the streets of Nigeria to the pitch of Morocco, tonight we take you across Africa, where politics, public health, and human stories collide in moments that define our times. This is the African News Update on Top Accolade News. The headlines. Nigeria's capital see major protest over detained IPOB leader. Zimbabwe faces controversy over presidential term extension. Kenya bid farewell to opposition leader Raila Odinga. African insurers urge to embrace AI. First, unrest in Nigeria's capital. A large protest demanding the release of detained IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu erupted in Abuja on Monday, with security forces firing tear gas and dispersing demonstrators, disrupting commuters and residents. The demonstration faced heavy police, DSS, and military presence at key locations, including 3 Armed Zone and Eagle Square. Kanu has been detained in DSS custody since June 2021, facing terrorism and treason charges, and has remained detained despite multiple court orders for his release. The standoff in Abuja shows that delayed justice can ignite unrest when public frustration meets state authority. From Nigeria, we move south to Zimbabwe, where politics is testing the very bounds of constitutional democracy. Zimbabwe's ruling ZANU-PF party has adopted a resolution to amend the constitution to extend President Emerson Mnangagwa's second term by 2 years, from 2028 to 2030, a move criticized by opposition politicians as unlawful. The proposal passed at a party conference amid internal succession transitions, direct the government to initiate legislative changes to implement the extension. Opposition leaders have called for adherence to the constitution and urged civil vigilance to protect democratic norms. Mnangagwa, who came to power in 2017 after ousting Robert Mugabe, has previously stated that it does not wish to cling to power. The move underscores the fragile balance between political ambition and constitutional democracy, reminding Zimbabweans that vigilance is the price of liberty.
I'm so proud to represent the opposition. His Excellency in the morning, he said.
From power plays to farewells. Thousands of mourners, relatives, and dignitaries attended the burial of Kenyan opposition leader Raila Odinga on Sunday near his farm in Bondo, following days of national grief that saw at least 5 people killed and hundreds injured during public viewings. Odinga died in India while receiving medical treatment and was honored with an angelic service, military gun salute, and tributes from international and local leaders, including Barack Obama, President William Ruto, and former President Uhuru Kenyatta and Olusegun Obasanjo. Known as Baba, Odinga served as Prime Minister, ran for President 5 times, and was widely praised for championing peaceful reconciliation and political alliances. Raila Odinga's legacy reminds the nation that true leadership is measured not just by power, but by the courage to pursue peace amid adversity. And while leadership nations, innovators are reshaping Africa's economy with technology, African insurance leaders have called for urgent adoption of artificial intelligence and connected digital system to modernize the sector, cut costs, and expand access.
What are we saying? We are talking about deploying AI to achieve the UN SDGs.
Currently, only 1% of operations use AI, but this is expected to reach 80% within 5 years. Legacy systems remain costly and inefficient, prompting a push for end-to-end digital solutions and predictive analytics to shift from reactive claims to proactive management. Africa's insurance sector stands at the crossroad. Those who fail to embrace AI risk being left behind in a fast-moving, customer-focused future. You're watching the African News Update on Top Accolade News. Do stay with us. Still to come. Thanks for staying with us. To the front lines of health, the Democratic Republic of Congo marked a major milestone in its Ebola fight as the last patient from the recent outbreak was released from the hospital, starting a 42-day countdown to officially declare the outbreak over if no new case emerge. Since early September, 19 people have recovered, with a total of 53 confirmed and 11 suspected infections reported, and no new cases since September 25th. The outbreak concentrated in the remote Bulape Health District of Kasai Province, saw rapid deployment of a 32-bed treatment center and vaccination of some 35,000 residents. Health authorities and the WHO continue monitoring the area to ensure swift detection of any potential cases. The DRC's swift and coordinated response showed that even in the most challenging regions, vigilance and preparedness can turn the tide against deadly diseases.
Nous venons de décharger le dernier cas pour cette épidémie.
Now a crackdown on cross-border crime. 2 South African men were sentenced to 6 years in prison for smuggling 7 million rand worth of drugs from Zimbabwe. They were convicted of drug possession, manufacturing, and corruption, fined and declared unfit to possess firearms. The case followed a Limpopo bus crash that uncovered large quantities of antiretroviral drugs, leading authorities to seize the truck and trailer used and recovered drug manufacturing equipment. Pharmaceutical smuggling is not just a crime, it is a threat to public health that authorities are determined to stop. Lightening up with love from Nollywood. Popular Nigerian actress Eve Esin has married a Ghanaian partner, Suleiman, in a weekend ceremony held in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, attended by family, close friends, and fellow actors, including Rita Dominic. The 39-year-old actress celebrated the traditional ceremony with her mother advising her to prioritize marriage alongside her celebrity life. Esin, an Akwa Ibom native and University of Calabar Theatre Arts graduate, shared pre-wedding photos on Instagram before the event. Eve Esin's union is a joyful reminder that behind the glamour of fame, life's most treasured moments are those of love and family. And capping it off with sporting glory. Cities across Morocco erupted in celebration after the national under-20 team defeated Argentina 2-0 in the FIFA 2025 Under-20 World Cup final, with both goals scored by the team's striker. Morocco topped its group against Spain, Brazil, and Mexico before defeating South Korea, the United States, and France in the knockout stages. This marks Morocco's first Under-20 World Cup title and the first African win since 2009, adding Argentina the first loss of the tournament. Morocco's triumph proves that determination and teamwork can put a nation on the global football map, inspiring a new generation of African talents.
Tabiri's in here, just doesn't carry enough the lob.
From protest and politics to health, innovation, and celebration, tonight Africa reminds us that resilience, vigilance, and hope define our shared story. Whatever the challenge, the continent's spirit keeps moving forward. This is Africa, dynamic, bold, and unafraid to dream. I am Ojarumi Okocha, and this is the African News Update on Top Accolade News, keeping you connected to the pulse of the continent.